We are back with George Zimmerman's attorneys, Mark O'Mara and Don West. So the Justice Department is now looking into this case to see whether there should be federal civil rights action on their part. Tell us what that is, and do you think it's going to happen?
Well, first of all, the Department of Justice has been looking into that issue for over a year now. They interviewed over 45 people to see whether or not George Zimmerman, it's going to sound strange, acted in a way that violated Trayvon Martin's civil rights by shooting him. But it has to be based upon some inappropriate reason, like a race-based reason. They've done that investigation for over a year, and they have not come to any conclusion that there's any suggestion of a racial component to this.
So is this over?
I think that the Department of Justice investigation is not going to come forward.
I don't mean that. I mean, are there going to be appeals? Are there going to be civil suits? Or is this the end of it?
I think that there is more litigation coming. We have something pending already. There may be some compensation sought for some of the outstanding costs that we incurred because he was acquitted.
Have you guys been paid?
No. No, I would like to be one day. I truly would.
But what if with all these funds, these George Zimmerman defense funds, et cetera, where did all that money go?
Went to fund the defense, and most importantly, to fund George.
What does that mean? But fund the defense means paying you, right?
No. We haven't gotten a penny.
Lawyers.
No, not lawyers' fees. Expert fees.
Okay.
Yeah, all that, but not a penny to us.
Costs.
But you are going to charge. It's not that you're doing this
I'm keeping track of my time. I hope that he has the money to pay us someday.
Now, when you said that it has to be based in race, didn't George Zimmerman first spot him because this was a young black man?
I think in part, absolutely.
So wouldn't that justify the Justice Department looking into it?
You're not going to like, and they have. Well, absolutely. And the Justice Department, who looked at this and talked to 45 people, if they had found any evidence of racism in George's background, then they would have been able to use that information to say this is the way that George Zimmerman was looking at Trayvon. But here's the reality of it. If, in fact, he was looking at Trayvon as a person who was black, but not looking at him solely because he was black, well, I'm sorry, but that may be a distinction.
I'm trying to understand the distinction.
And
being black, I want to know.
And being white, I can never know.
Right. So
I have to look at...
I'm looking at this kid, and I say, this is a black kid. There have been burglaries. This is, I think, what you said. There have been burglaries in the area. I'm going to either follow the kid because he could potentially be a burglar because there are black burglars in the... I don't understand.
Let me ask the opposite way.
Okay.
If because he's black, can he never look suspicious?
Walking down the street, I kind of think, no, because I'm black and I walk down the street and somebody says, hey, I think you might snatch my pocket, but I'd be a little pissed. Okay. That's just me.
Mark, following this up, because it has been said this is not a racial trial. As we can see now, it obviously is, and there are people like Whoopi who are questioning it, and rightly so. Do you consider this a racial case?
I consider this has brought to the forefront racial questions that have to be answered in the criminal justice system. And even though I don't believe that George at all acted in a racially biased way, now that the conversation is on the table, we don't need to talk about George Zimmerman anymore. Let's talk about the way the system is set up, where young black males may not get a fair trial, and the way it's sort of, yeah. That's the look, I've done this for 30 years, and I've represented young black males constantly, and I fight against a system that is skewed against them to a certain extent. Let's have that conversation. It's just that George Zimmerman doesn't need to be in the crosshairs for that conversation to occur. That's all.
George Zimmerman's entitled legally to get his gun back now, and the gun he used to shoot Trayvon Martin, right?
Listen to what the audience, because they're groaning.
Technically, under the law, he has been acquitted. He's not guilty, and evidence is returned.
Is he gonna,
and that includes the gun.
But
is he going to ask for it?
Somebody, right?
Is he going to ask for it?
He definitely shot somebody.
Okay.
And is he hasn't gotten it yet, though, right?
No, he hasn't.
But he's going to seek to get it back?
It's all going to be released.
We have obviously not heard the end of this. There is great resentment. There are protests. There's much that's still going on. And we appreciate both of you coming in and trying to shed some light in the darkness.
Thank you very much.